Let us solve the exercise number 1 in the part B of C# lab. In this exercise, we are supposed to create a MDI form with several child forms. At least they said that there must be 3 child forms with the proper information. And they said that the MDI parent should contain a menu strip, and the menus within this menu strips are as given here. So we are supposed to create a menu strip with the following menus inside it, and we are supposed to create a MDI form having several child forms. Okay, so let's go ahead and let us do the exercise. I have the Visual Studio with me. I'm going to go to the file and create a new project. So I will click file and new, and then go to the project. Within this file project, I will select the C# and then the Windows Form application, and you can give any name here. So for example, exercise B1, and then click on finish. And when you create this one, the Visual Studio will create a blank form with you. So when there's a blank form, I'm going to, you can go here, you can notice here. If you click on this the box over here, you can drag it and increase its size, or if you go along the diagonal, you can increase both the length and breadth altogether. Okay, so slightly larger form you just created, forget it. And then let us go to the properties of this form, and we will have to set a few properties. So I'm going to click on this, right click, and then say properties. So when you right click on it, you get the properties. See to it that you click on the form first, and there must be a border across this form. Not so when there is a border, that means this form is selected. Right click and then say properties, and you give a name to this one. I am going to say MDI because they said you create MDI form. MDI. Okay. I'm just going to give the name as MDI. You notice that when I create this MDI, you notice that the name, whatever name I have given has come. So you can click on the properties, and or right click and get the properties, and you have this text of this form, that is the form number 1. The text of this has been changed to MDI, and we will have to set a few properties of that. Okay, so I will first set the first property, and we will see what is the effect that we will have. So one of the property that I'm going to set is the Windows state. Okay, so this property, if you look at this property, what it is going to say. Now the current status is normal. Now if you run this particular form, you see the size of this form. If you run this particular form without doing anything, you will notice that it will come with its normal size. So this is the size you set, and it's going to take that same size, and it's going to show that thing. Now I will go back, and I'm going to set the size of the form by going to its property, and I'm going to say the Windows state, and I'm going to change the Windows state to maximize. You can take it as minimize, but I will go with the maximize. Now when you run it, you notice a strange thing. So because I said that the state must be maximized, when I run this particular application, you notice that it is coming in the full screen. It starts with the maximized screen. So that is the effect of changing the property of Windows state. Next, I'm going to come over here, and you have the option. This is very important. Even if you don't change this one, you will have to change this property, is MDI container. Okay, so you can take this one, is MDI container, and you have to say that is MDI container, and you have to make this particular option as true. This is required. If you don't do it, you will not be getting it. Now before I do it, just look at this form, and when I set this one, you just look at what is going to happen. So the minute I set it, it becomes a hollow container now. So you notice that this form is now hollow. Okay, so if you run it, you notice you get a hollow container. So this is what is the MDI container. Now this will contain other forms inside it. Now let's go to the toolbox. Generally, toolbox will be available on the left hand side. If it is not available, go to view and then you have to search for the toolbox. You get the toolbox over here and it will appear. And I want the menu, so I'm going to say MENU. And you, they said that you need a menu strip here, so I'm going to click on this and just drag it. So click here and just drag and leave it, and it's going to appear on the top side. So this is how it's going to appear. Then we need to create whatever they have said, and what they have said is first one is child form. So let's click here and see, you have to just go here and then click it. So if you click on this one, it says type here. So at this point you just type it, and I'm going to type it as child form. So this is what they have said, child form. And then there are two options, open and close inside it. So if you click on the down, it will appear here. So it is obvious, you just click here and then type open and click here and then type close. So it is as easy as that. So it's very simple, you just can directly create it. Then let's go to the next part. Next is the window. So next click here and then say window. Okay, window. And then let's go to the next option and then cascade tile horizontal. So let's do one thing at a time. So I'm going to click here cascade, and whatever they have said, I'm typing cascade and tile horizontal. Say tile horizontal. So this is what they have said, and tile vertical. So they have said that tile vertical. Okay. And the last one is to arrange the icon. So this is what they have said, arrange icon. Arrange icon. Okay, this is what you are supposed to do it. Now, if you run it, if you run this one with this, you notice that there is a menu here, there is a menu here. So this is what you are supposed to do. Now then they said that you must create, after that you must create three child forms, so they said. Okay, so let's create one more form here. For that I'm going to go to the solution explorer. Generally it will be there on the right hand side. If it is not there, go to view and you get the first option here as the solution explorer. Okay, you get the solution explorer and go to the your project, not to the solution. So click on your project. This is your exercise T1. Don't go to the solution here. Solution may contain many projects. So this is how the Visual Studio will work. You can create a solution wherein you have one of the project based on the VB, second project is based on C sharp, next one is F sharp, and so on. So forth. You can create many different types of application within one solution. So, so don't click on the solution there. But I'm going to go to the my project here. Right click on this project and you have an option for add, and then I'm going to say add and then come and say that new Windows form. You can go to the new item, but this is the easiest form. Go to the Windows form because I want a Windows form there. So what did I do here is I'm right clicking on the Solution Explorer, the my project. I go to the Solution Explorer, I right click on the project and then I go to the add and then I say Windows form. It will create a Windows form and give it a name, and I'm going to give it a name as child form. You can give any name, but you have to remember this is a variable name that you will have to use it for your reference. So I'm going to call it as child form and then I'm going to add it. So this is child form. So if you notice that it just says child form. Okay, and I'm going to put slightly drag and make it slightly larger. I'm going to just put one label inside here because this is an examination. I don't want to drag it and make it too complicated. So just go to the toolbox here, and again if the toolbox is not visible, go here and search for the toolbox and inside the view here. So go to the toolbox and then search for the label. I will not go and do anything. Label. click and drag it, or double click on it. If you can't drag it, just double click on it and then get the label here. Somewhere you keep it in the middle of the form. You can keep it here. So this is your form. This is your child form, and what you're supposed to do is, when you click on, let me run it. When you click on this form, and if you say child and open, this form must appear, this whatever child form you have created, it must appear inside this MDI form. So this is what you are supposed to do it. So let's do that thing. So you have the child form here with the only one label there. Let me go to the form here. So let me go to the form here, form1.cs. Anyhow, you can change the name of this one. During the examination, don't waste your time in making the changes and making the life complication. In real life, definitely you have to change this form. Don't keep form 1, form 2 and other thing. Keep change the name. That is in real life. During the examination, don't try to show your intelligence with this kind of things. Okay, now coming back to the story of Solution Explorer, I went to the Solution Explorer again. If the Solution Explorer is not there, go to the View and Solution Explorer. And if you by mistake, if you have closed this one, form 1, if you have closed it, if you have closed the child one, if you have closed like this, go to the Solution Explorer by clicking on View and where is it, the Solution Explorer, and just double click on the names which are appearing here. So if you double click on the form.cs, it will appear, and if you double click on child.cs, it will appear. So if you have closed it, just open it. Now go to the form1.cs here, anywhere in the form1.cs, just you have to go to this one. So carefully listen to that. You have to activate this. When I click on this open, something has to happen. When I click on this close, something has to happen. When I click on the window and cascade, something has to happen. So all these things has to be done. So I'm going to go over here and double click on open, not on the child form, on the open. So double click on the open. The minute you double click on the open, you will get a tool open. See, open, this is the name that you give it. Even tool strip menu item dot click. So this is how you are going to get it. Now again click on the form1.cs and go to this close.cs. So double click on it, and you notice that close menu strip, this is the name. You notice that close will come, open will come. Why this open and close will come is because you have given that name. Again, I'm going to show it with this cascade. So if I double click on the cascade, not on the window, on the cascade, if I double click on, the first thing it's going to show is cascade tool strip menu item underscore click. That means when you click on it, what has to happen? I'm going to activate all of them. So tile, double click on it. So this time it is going to say tile horizontal tooltip menu item dot thing. Again, I'm going to go here vertical and double click on it, and it's going to say tile vertical tooltip menu item dot click. And finally, you have a arrange icon. Double click on it, and it's going to say, see the first word that you see over here without space are the words that are coming from this one. So you know that which is the menu that you are touching. If you are touching this tile vertical, that word will appear as tile vertical. So you notice this word will always appear in the beginning. So you know for sure what is that we are supposed to do it. Now let's come to the first part over here. And what is that we are supposed to do? It is we are supposed to open the child form and then show it. So what is the name of my child form is the child form 1. So I'm going to create a new instance of child form. How can I create a new instance of the child form? You know very well the name of it is a child form, and I'm going to say f is equal to new, where is it, a new child form. So this you are all familiar with this story, okay? And you have to make this one as the what do you say it as uh, the child of it, okay? So how do you say that? So I'm going to say, see, if you don't know the word, you have to go for MDI, okay? So if you don't remember what is the property, but you know very well this whole program is about MDI. So remember that word MDI. So the minute you don't know which option to, which is the property, you just know that it is for sure it is MDI. So just type MDI and then what? Okay, you just say MDI parent. What is the meaning of this? Is I have to say that for this child, the parent of this parent of this A, what is this? The parent of this is this form. A parent of this is that. So that is what I am saying. So parent of that child is this. This I think. Okay, this. That's it. I'm going to just do that thing, and then definitely you have to show this form, and I'm going to say show this form. That's it. Okay, done. Let me run this form. Let me run this application. I'm going to just run this application, and I go here and then say open. You see that the child has come. I click here, and this you notice that child has come. Click here, the child has come. What is that I'm doing within my application is I create a new instance of this, and I'm going to show that thing over here. It is somewhere, it is there. Don't worry. The thing is there here. You can close them. So it has come inside the parent. So this is what you are supposed to do it, but there are some few things that they expect you to do. And what are the things that they expect you to do? So what they said is child form with the proper information. So in this case, the child form is coming. In this case, the child form is coming, but the proper information is not coming. So I'm going to say this is child form 1, this is child form 2, this is child form 3, and so on. So I will get that information. How do I do that thing? I will pass a parameter. So here I am just creating a new child. Okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass a parameter over here, and I'm going to say which is the child form. So I will create I will go to this form over here, and I will create a variable of type long. You can create it long, and I'm going to say count. Okay. If you want, you initialize it as 0, or you can do it directly there, or you can go here and then during the form gets loaded, you can initialize it as a count equal to 0. This is also option. That is also option one in the same. Okay, whether you do it here from here or just initialize it one and the same. Okay, you can do it anyway. Then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to pass this one over here. So count here. So you can directly pass here. You have to pass it as a string, because I'm going to pass it as a string, not the count here. Maybe I can think of passing the count itself, and then I convert it into string. That is also a possible thing. Okay, but what will happen is this will tell me that there is no constructor that will accept the integer values. So there is no constructor that can accept the integer value. So what to do here? In that case, you have to go to this child form and create a constructor that can accept the count. Okay, so how do I do it? So go to this form here, child form here. So this is your child form. Go to the child form, double click on this child form. Again, child form, if it is closed, go to the solution explorer and double click on it. Just double click on this child form. Anywhere in the double click, it will go to the child form. And you know very well this is the constructor. Okay, in the constructor, I'm going to say it takes a long count. Just takes the long count. Now, if I save it and if I come back to my child.cs, there is no problem. Okay, not to this one. Where is my form gone? Okay, now there is no problem because you are passing this count here. So simple as that. Now what I'm going to do? So I'm going to go to the child form here, and I got this. Where is it gone now? Count here. So after initialization, I have this label. So what is the name of the label? Label. Okay, label one dot text is equal to. I'm going to say, okay, this this is okay. What you can say? This is child form number Okay, and just say count. Okay, maybe here one colon, that will work. Okay. So this is what it's going to come. So now let's run it. So what I'm doing is, say from the parent, I am passing one parameter to the child, and that is the count. Okay, so let me run it, and let's see what it is going to come. So previously label is to come. Now it is say this is child form number 0. Next time also this is child form number 0. That should not happen. This is the next time also this is child form number 2, and you know very well you have to increase the count. So what are you going to do? Okay. So you have a choice of making it a plus plus. I'm going to do it a plus plus, and just to show you what will happen if you make plus plus. You know very well this is a pre-increment and post-increment. You studied it in your C program. Just run it, and then if I say this is child form number 1, this is child form number 2, this is child form number 3, and you notice all the child 3 forms, and you can make it 10, 15, you can do anything. Okay, but there is so suppose if I close all of them, if I close all of them and then start opening, you notice that this is its child form number 4. It should not happen because it should be a child form number 1. So there is one other problem is there. What is the other problem? If there are if you close all of them, then you have to reset that counter. So here what you have done is you have just increased the counter, but you are not taking care of resetting the counter. How can I reset the counter? I can reset the counter by asking this MDI parent how many children are there with you. So now if I ask the MDI parent, the MDI parent tell me how many parents are there. It is going to say I have 3 children with me. So it won't say I have 3 children. Actually, it stores an array of children. So it will create an array, and within that array, it will say that this is first one. In the second, this is second one, and so on and so forth. So it will store it as a array, and you know very well if you have an array, you can always find the length of the array. So before I do this story over here, before I set the story here, I am going to just check whether this is whether there is a child or not. How do I do that particular thing? So I am going to check and say if, so you have to check, okay, okay, this dot, again something has to do with the MDI, okay. So what is that? MDI child. You have to say that. Okay. So when you say that, I want to check how many children are there. So you say MDI children. Okay, children. Okay, you got MDI children. And what is that you are supposed to get? I told you that it is a array. So and you know very well, array has something called as a length. So you get the MDI, what to say, the length of it. So is MDI length, get the length. So if this length is equal to 0, okay, I think that length, this is not required. MDI dot length, come on, okay, that it is not a function, it's just a property. You know very well, length is a property. Okay, if the length is 0, what is the meaning of saying a length is 0? What do I mean by saying that is this MDI parent, if the number of children, that is the length of the array means 0, means there are no elements in the array. What is the meaning of saying there is no element in the array? There are no child forms are there. So remember, for every child form, it creates a one array allocation, one array element. So there are no elements in the array. That means there are no child are there. In that case, what you are going to do? You will reset the counter to 0. Okay, so that's simple as that. If there are no children, so in other words, when I run this one, if there are no children, that the length is 0 because there are no children, the count is set to 0. Now there is one child is there. Next time the length is 1. This time the length is 1. So it will not reset it. So I can go here and then I can say this is 2 because the length is not 0. Now next time the length is 2 now. Now if I go and create this will not reset it. So I can get it as a 3. Now if I close this one, length is 2 now because there are 2 children are there. If I close it, length is 1 now. If I close here, the length is 0. Okay, this time the counter will reset back to 0 because there are no lengths are there. So counter will reset to 0, and the count plus plus count means increment by 1. That means 0 plus 1 is 1. You hope you know what is plus plus means. So if I open it up, it will start with the child number 1. Next time child number 2. If I close all of them, it's going to go and it's going to say that the next child number is 1. Now some of you will say that okay, I close this one, I close the child number 3, it is gone. Okay, it is gone. If you say that now next time the child number must come as 4 3, if you say that particular thing, then you have to again reset and then say that else if what is the child count, you do that thing. So if it is not there, you will just say that else it is a, where is it? Just to stop this one. Okay. Else you give the count is equal to what is it? MDI length dot this. Okay, so there is one other problem. So people will come with a different option over here, and then they will say that no, if you close one, then it must come like this and so on. Remember, there is no end to this story. So I'm going just to stop that at that particular point because there is no end for that story. Okay. Why did I say that thing? If you do this one, if you do this one, and if you close this one child is gone, it will start with the 2. Okay, no doubt. It will start with the 3. Now, if I close this one, if I close this one, the number 3 is there. Again, open it, it will become number 3 again. Now, there is no story for that. And I am not going to waste my time with that. I will just go with the simplest solution. The reason what they said is, the reason why I am doing it is, they have just said that there must be at least 3 forms, child forms, that's it. Okay. Getting that counter and finding out whether that this number is already there, this will create one additional program altogether. So this is a minimalistic one. So if you start, it will start with the 1. If you close all of them, it will start with the 1. It will come. And if you keep on opening, okay, and if you close the last one, the count will be always proper. So if you close the first one, count will be wrong because somewhere it will say double forms there. They said that just play with the 3 forms. So I will play with just 3 forms. Now how do I close this form now? So the next story is, there is one other story is there. If you open this form, you have to close not from clicking here, you have to close from here. How do you close that form? So let's go to this one. Look at here. So you must know where you are typing. I am typing in the close menu step. So you have to type it at the close menu, not at the Cascade or other thing. Read this statement, read this word and write accordingly inside that word. How do I close it? Now, first of all, you have to check whether there is any children are there or not. So whether there are any active child is there or not. How do I do that thing? So I'm going to say MDI this dot, okay, I want the active child. So where is this active MDI child? Okay, so if active MDI child, that means to say that it is null. Okay, if it is not null, that means to say that there is at least one child which is active. So if there is no active child, then there is no point in closing anything. So if there is any active child, then you have to say that that particular active child, this dot active child, MDI child, sorry, MDI child, and you just say close that particular child. So I see, why did I do this particular thing is, you just check whether there is an active child. If there is an active child, close it. If there are nobody is active, then don't try to close it. You will, if you directly call that on all situation, when you will get an exception because sometimes there may not be any child which is active. So what is the meaning of saying this one is, If I click and open this one, if I click and open this one, if I go on clicking and opening this one, okay, the one which is active, so that is the meaning of this. So there must be something which is active. Whichever is active, you just close that one. Whichever is active, either this or that, you close that one. So that is the meaning of saying active MDI child. Active child MDI is the container. The container says that okay, if you have any child which is active, you just close it. Okay. Now there are no active childs are there. Now if you try to close, nothing will happen. The reason is there are no active childs are there. That's why I cross verified whether there is a child or not. Now let's go to the next part. Now what they have said is if you open a few forms here and if you click on Cascade, this arrangement is called as Cascade arrangement. One on top of the other and on top of the other. This is Cascade arrangement. Now if you have like this and if you click on Cascade, all of them must arrange like this. Like you have this cards if you play this with cards, cards you say the any the cards means of you get to that thing. So if you get play that card, so you arrange them in the cascade. Now, how do I arrange something in the cascade? You have to make go for the layout. I go to this MDI form and I am going to say I want to arrange the MDI, not my arrangement, the MDI arrangement layout MDI, and this is a function. Okay, and you're going to say MDI layout dot you get all the options. So during the examination, just remember MDI layout. That's it. You have all the options. So for the cascade, look at this one. For the cascade, this is the cascade. That's it. You don't have to do anything here. So what about for the tile horizontal? Copy this one, Control C, Control V here, and you have to just change the word that is given over here, tile horizontal. That same word will appear here. Let me just zoom in for you. And layout is you notice that the tile horizontal MDI layout. It will appear as it is. It's going to appear, and I'm going to do the same thing. Control V and tile vertical. Just remove this one and you have a tile vertical, you get that thing. And the last one is arrange icons. The same thing, go here and then say that is this arrange icons. It's done. Save it. So for the tile horizontal, your arrangement is tile horizontal. For tile vertical, your arrangement is tile vertical. The arrange icon, this is it. So it's just a layout arrangement. Now what will happen? Just run it and see the effect. I start with the open, open, open. At least three, they said, at least three. So three is enough for me. And you have go here and then say tile horizontal. It's going to appear tile horizontal, horizontal arrangement. Tile vertical, it's going to arrange tile vertical. Cascade, it's going to arrange cascade. And if you go now and say that arrange icon, nothing is going to happen. Remember, all the first three options that you have, cascade, tile horizontal and tile vertical, will appear if the form is in its full form. If you get this form inside like this, you get it. Now what if you have this option here, minimize? So what if you minimize them, minimize them, minimize them? Okay, when it is minimized, this last option works only when with the minimized one. Now suppose if one is here, one is here and the other one is here, all of them are minimized. I can anytime make it as a restore it or minimize it, maximize it or minimize it. So I can do anything. So can do it. Now remember, when it is in the minimized state, then if you want to arrange, this option will come. This option will come only in the minimized version, not in the other one. So other things will work with the form being shown. Now if I arrange, if I click on arrange icon, it will all arrange here. Now if I say here and then say cascade, nothing is going to happen because these three options are active only when the form is showing. So if I restore it, the form is shown, form is shown, form is shown. Now if I now say, when the form is being shown, if I now say Tile horizontal, it will tile horizontal. Tile vertical, it will tile vertical. Cascade, it will. So when the form is shown, these three are active, and this last arrange icon is active only when the form is minimized. So it works only with the minimized forms, not with the other forms. So suppose if I keep it here and then say arrange icon, it will arrange the icon. So this is what you are supposed to do it in this exercise. Thank you for your interest, and we will meet again in the other exercise. Thank you.